Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Paula and I am a mom of a 2-year-old baby boy and a 4-month-old baby girl. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how I potty trained my first baby last summer when he was 19 months old. He is now 2 years and 5 months old and hasn't worn a diaper since I started potty training. So I'm gonna go straight into it. I used a combination of the Oh Crap potty training method and child-led potty training. First, a bit of a background about potty training for us. The first thing I did was very early on with my boy. I explained what I did when I went to the bathroom. Babies like to come into the bathroom when parents are using the bathroom, and that can make some people uncomfortable, but peeing and pooping are the most normal things we do, and there's no reason to create shame or embarrassment about it. I would say something like, "Mommy's peeing in the toilet and you are peeing in your diaper. But when you get older, you will also pee in the toilet like mommy." I also read a few potty training books, and I also put the potty in the bathroom months before I actually started potty training. This goes against the Oh Crap potty training method. The author recommends keeping the potty hidden until you start potty training. But I think for me it was useful because I could say things like, "Someday you will pee and poop in the potty or on the toilet," and just plant this idea into his head that this was what the potty was for. The next thing I want to talk about is how I knew he was ready. I knew I wanted to potty train in the summer because he could be naked, not just in the house, but outside too. And if there would be accidents, I wouldn't have to wash many layers of clothes. So during the summer, I would just occasionally after a bath, let him run around naked in the house and just tell him, if you have to pee or you have to poop, go to the potty. If you have to pee, go to the potty. Just repeat it over and over again while he was naked. At that time, he would mostly pee on the floor, but after he did that, I would put a diaper on and we would go on with our day. One time, however, he was out of the bath and naked in the house, and he went to the potty by himself and peed and pooped all by himself. I knew then that he understood what the potty is for and that I should start soon. I should add too here that for many months diaper changes were becoming increasingly difficult. I think he didn't like wearing a diaper, so he wouldn't want me to put one on him. So I was already very frustrated at the thought of doing a diaper change at that point. And I could also tell that he was processing what was happening in the bathroom when he saw us using it. Okay, so here's exactly how I trained him. The day that I started potty training, I had him naked all day and followed him everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. I was with him non-stop. I reminded him many times that he was not wearing a diaper and that if he felt like peeing or pooping, he had to go to the potty. When I was using the toilet that day, I would encourage him to use the potty at the same time. This is exactly what the Oh Crap potty training method says that you should do. Of course, your kid won't just go to the potty right away as if there's a switch, but when they start to pee, you're supposed to pick them up and run them to the potty. You say something like, "Oh, 1 second, baby, just hold it. No worries, we're just gonna finish peeing in the potty," and then run them to the potty. I did that. I praised him and I encouraged him whenever he peed in the potty. I know some people don't like praising their kids, but this worked for us and I'm not against it. I did that on day 1, and the next day when he had to go, he went to the potty by himself. So it just took us 1 day for that step. And the next day I didn't follow him so closely. After that day, he caught on pretty quickly, and I never went back to diapers or pull-ups or training underwear or anything like that. Actually, I've never used training underwear for him. The next step after that was to go commando for a few weeks. I believe the book says about 2 weeks, but we actually still have him going commando 10 months later. The feeling of underwear can actually lead to more accidents. And the reason we still don't use underwear is because a lot of times when I tried using them, it took longer to get undressed, and we'll just try again in the future. Accidents did happen, of course. It's very normal. We didn't have a lot of accidents, but sometimes babies can hold it for a very long time before they have to pee. So they pee a little bit on themselves before realizing they have to go to the bathroom. That's totally normal. That's not an issue as they are usually bothered by the sensation of feeling wet. Next, I'll talk about nighttime training. I started nighttime training at the same time as daytime training because the Oh Crap potty training method says that this is best, and I 100% agree with that after I've done it. The only advice that I found about nighttime training was to limit the amount of liquids you give to your child before bedtime and to wake your child up to pee during the night I believe the book says start with waking them up twice, and then taking them to pee, and then bringing them back to sleep, and then go down to 1, and then eventually stop waking them up. But for us, I didn't have to worry about that because my child was not sleeping through the night at that point, so I just had to take him to the potty whenever he was waking up by himself. Of course, there were accidents. Of course, there were many accidents actually during the night. I think for about 2 months we had accidents almost every night, and it was very hard and it was very frustrating. But after that, it clicked for him that he had to pee during the night when he wakes up, and the accident stopped. The amount of time it takes for them to click with the nighttime training really depends on the child. In my understanding, the sooner you potty train, the quicker they get it. The Oh Crap potty training method suggests that potty training is best done between 20 and 30 months. And of course, this is just a recommendation, but she says that if you do it before, it's usually easier. And if you do it after 30 months, you might run into more resistance. So it might just be harder. And the last thing I want to talk about is regression. When I potty trained, I was in my 3rd trimester with my 2nd baby. And I knew he might regress once the baby is born. It didn't happen for us. We had almost 5 months of potty training before the baby arrived. And the only regression, if I can call it that, was before the baby was born. There were a few weeks where he would forget to pee during the day and had some daytime accidents, but it was nothing at all major. Though regressions are normal, many people told me that training after a regression was way easier than the initial training. So now we are 10 months post potty training, and I can say my child is fully trained daytime and nighttime with no accidents. If there is one, it is very rare, and usually there's a reason for it, and we know exactly what to do to change it. I am very happy that I did it at 19 months. I think that that made a big difference for us, and I do agree with the author in saying that the sooner the better, just because of how well it worked for us. But every child is different. I would just encourage you that if you're approaching 20 months, to consider it. If you need to potty train your child, my #1 advice is to talk to your toddler about it. Read books, explain it over and over, have conversations about the topic, and don't make a big deal out of it. Don't create any stigma around peeing and pooping. Don't ask for privacy when you go to the bathroom. Just be very, very open with what is happening in the bathroom, what the toilet is for, what we do, and there is absolutely no shame in it. Learn about the signs of readiness, but don't be hung up on them. For example, one of the signs of readiness in the book was that the baby was able to pull their pants down by themselves, and my baby wasn't able to do that at 19 months. It took him way more past 19 months to pull his pants down by himself. So definitely keep in mind that every baby's different. You don't need a checklist, and you don't need someone else to tell you when your baby's ready. You know your baby best. I would also encourage you to read about different methods. Different kids respond well to different methods, so be flexible and have grace with yourself if it doesn't work right away. And the last thing I will say is that potty training is very, very, very hard. It can be very frustrating, and I think that over half the book, the Oh Crap Potty Training Method book, was literally just a pep talk to the parents that you can do this, this is what's best for your child. It's hard, it's very hard, but it's worth it, and you have to do it at some point, so might as well just do it at the right time. Don't wait too long, because then it gets harder. My last point being that have good expectations about it. Yes, it's hard and it doesn't click right away, and you might have to do it again, but it is the best thing for your child, and you will be very, very happy when it's done. Trust me, you will be very happy. Although you are washing bums instead of changing diapers, it's still a million times easier. At least for me, like I said, changing diapers was getting really hard. And I hope that this video encouraged you. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you good luck if you're about to train your toddler for the first time, and just know you've got this and you are a great parent, even just for watching this video.